Hey guys, welcome. So today we're going to be discussing the very first chapter in biology, which is reproduction in organisms. Are we ready? Okay. So every organism that lives in this planet Earth can live only for this certain period of time. Like take for example, we can only live for, let's say, I think I can live for some 70 years. So every organism in this Earth can live only for a certain period of time, okay? And this time, that is the period which is from birth to natural death, that is not due to some accident or not due to some health condition, just natural, some natural death. So the period between birth to natural death of an organism represents something that we call as lifespan. So when someone asks you to define lifespan, you're going to say it's a period from birth to the natural death of that particular organism. Okay, so the term natural here is important. Next, okay, so let's do something fun, all right? Let us try to guess the lifespan of different organisms that have been mentioned here. Let's start with an elephant. How long do you think an elephant is going to live? Okay, so an elephant can live for 60 to 90 years. Okay, almost similar to that of a human. Okay, what about a rose plant? Okay, that can live for about 5 to 7 years. Okay, so a dog. So we have different breeds of dogs, right? Certain dogs can live for 15 years to, 20 to 30. So we have different breeds can live for different years. So those of you who have pets at home will know that. So generally a dog average, so if you have to talk about average, a dog can live for 20 to 30 years. What about a butterfly? So these beautiful creatures can only live for 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, now crocodile. What about a crocodile, right? Or how long do you think it's going to live? It can live for 15 years, okay? Just 15 years. What about a banana tree? Hmm? Okay, a banana tree can live for almost 25 years, okay? 25 years it can live. Tortoises. So tortoises are very familiarly known for their, long lifespan. So let's check it out. A tortoise can live for 100 to 150 years. What about the banyan tree? I'm sure you're going to be fascinated with this answer. A banyan tree can live for 200 to 500 years. How amazing is that, right? So 200 to 500 years a banyan tree can live. Now, what about fruit fly? Generally, insects can live only for a short period of time, and a fruit fly can live for 30 days. Okay. What about rice plant? We have rice daily, but have you ever wondered how long can a rice plant live? Yes, it can live only for 3 to 4 months. That's how much it takes for farmers to cultivate rice. Okay, now how long do you think a crow can live? Crow lives for 15 years. And what about a parrot? So some of you might have a pet parrot as well. So a parrot surprisingly lives for 140 years. Okay, it's huge, I know. Now, having discussed about the different lifespans, let's try and understand whether this lifespan that we talked about is related with the size of the organism. Okay, for this I'm going to take you back to the previous slide. Look at this. The crow and parrot, same size, no? They are of the same size. But look at how different the lifespans are. A crow between birth and natural death can live for only 15 years, whereas a parrot can live for 140 years. So size has nothing to do with lifespan. So that is what we're trying to say here, as lifespan of an organism is not necessarily correlated with their sizes. Okay. Now, okay, whatever be the lifespan, it can live for 50 years, 60 years, 140 years, 1000 years also. The death of this individual is going to happen for sure. It is certain. If it is born, if it lives for a particular lifespan, it is going to die. But however, there's an exception. We'll deal with it later. Okay, so every organism lives and then dies. So there should be some process, no, that ensures that in this planet Earth there should be organisms. So there's something that will you know uh, ensure that there's living organisms in this earth. So that process is what is our chapter, and that process is our reproduction process. Okay, so now coming to the special point that we left here. No individual is immortal except for single-celled organisms. Examples of single-celled organisms are like, amoeba. So amoeba kind of organisms never die. That is, they are immortal. They have no natural death. So why do we say that there is no natural death in single-celled organism? See, in amoeba and bacteria and all, there will be no natural death because of something called asexual reproduction, which we will discuss now. Okay, so there will be a parent cell. Okay, so if this the parent amoeba will divide into two daughter amoebas. Okay, so basically the body of the individual, that is the parent amoeba, is preserved, right? So it's not technically dead. So that is why there is no practical death in case of single celled organisms. Okay, so other than single cell organisms, there's death for every other organism. Okay, so everything dies. So but everyone dies, but still there is life in the earth. No, why is that? That is because of reproduction. Now, how do you define reproduction? Reproduction is defined as of course, it's a biological process. So in this, reproduction is defined as a biological process in which an organism, okay, an organism, a human, a dog, a whale, something, an organism is going to give rise to young ones which are similar to itself. That is, an elephant is going to give rise to a elephant baby, right? A human baby. So such young ones are what we call as offspring. So simply, in simple terms, if an organism gives rise to young ones and ensures its continuity on this earth, that process is called as reproduction. So this is how you define the process reproduction. Next, so okay, an organism gave rise to that offspring, no? What will that offspring do? That offspring will grow, that offspring will mature, and that offspring will also produce a new offspring. So what happens? There is a cycle, no? Birth, it is born, it grows, and it dies. So the new offspring that it gave, no? So that offspring will also undergo the same birth, growth, death cycle. Okay, so there is continuity of the species, that is generation after generation. Reproduction enables the continuity of the species. Now we know what is reproduction, giving rise to young ones. What are the different types of reproduction? So whether there is one organism that is producing offspring or two organisms are involved in the process, depending on this, we have two types of reproduction. First type is asexual reproduction, and the second type is sexual reproduction. Now, in this asexual reproduction, there is only one parent, there is one cell, that is, there is one amoeba that will give rise to daughter amoebas. So just a single parent is enough, okay? So with or without the involvement of gamete formation. So this and all we'll discuss detailedly later. Just understand that it can be with gamete formation also, without gamete formation also, and this kind of process which involves only one parent is called as asexual reproduction. Now the next type is sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, there is two parents, okay? Two parents of opposite sex, that is a male parent and a female parent. They will participate in the reproductive process, and so there will be a male gamete. The male parent will give male gamete, Female parent gives female gamete, this male and female gamete will fuse, and that will result in the formation of offspring, and this process we will call it as asexual reproduction. So that is all for now. Keep checking for the new video and kindly like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.